Welcome to day 12 of the 30 Days to Ascension challenge. If you haven't already watched the videos from days 1 through 11, make sure you go back and start from the beginning. You'll want to watch these videos in order to get the most out of the experience. There's a lot of great information in here, and the lessons all build on top of each other. So make sure you go back and start from the beginning if you haven't already. And don't forget that there are 3 pieces to every day's lesson. The channeled message here on YouTube is the first portion. The second piece is the lesson in the membership, the Channel Collective. If you're not already a member of the Channel Collective, you can head to the link in the description below to learn more about everything you get when you join. There are what feels like endless hours of video trainings and exclusive channel messages and so many more tools to help you along with this deep work, as well as Q&A calls with me, manifestation calls, healing sessions, all kinds of good stuff. So check that out. But every single day I am posting another lesson, another video, I'll say, to go along with the overall lesson, where I go more in depth about the day's topic. I share more about what came through, go a little bit deeper into interpretation, how to connect it to your daily life. I know that's been really helpful for a lot of people to get that portion as well, because there are so many layers to these messages. And then the third piece are the daily emails. So if you haven't already signed up for those, it's not too late. You can sign up in the link in the description below. And in those daily emails, I share a few exercises that you can do to really anchor in the teaching for the day. And I know a lot of people have already filled up half of a notebook. So you might want a whole notebook for this. So keep all of that in mind. All of these pieces together will really help you to integrate what we're talking about. And as with any channeled information, you get to discern, you get to decide whether it resonates or not. And if it resonates, great. If it doesn't, no worries. You can leave it. You don't have to take on any channeled information as your truth if it doesn't resonate for you. So keep that in mind as always. So today I will be channeling a message from Archangel Metatron. And, Metatron is cool. Lots to share. Yeah, I'm not going to say too much, so we'll see what he has to say. So know that this message is from Metatron. He's ready to come in. Okay. Give me a moment, I'll tune in, and we'll see what he has to say today. Today I wish to offer you another perspective on how to shift your own perspective. For in so much of this work, what is at the root of it all is to be able to have more awareness and control over shifting perspective and viewpoint. For there is much to be learned by shifting your perspective. There are more lessons within every single moment, every single event, every single trial and joy, triumph within your life, when you are able to look at each moment from a number of different perspectives. And at this point in your process, there is so much value, as there is at many different points in your process, to take a step back. What would it be to view your life thus far as a story, the story of your life, how it has been written, how it has been perceived? For if it were to be written down into a book and you were to read it, what would you perceive it as? How would you feel? What is the tone, the words? Do you see how we can color any story with different perspectives different ways of discussing the same events? And how would it be to write the story of your life in a book where each chapter was the perspective of a different character? All of this is to encourage you to reflect on that which you have experienced and to start to look at it, each event, each momentous occasion in your life, each defining moment from a new perspective, from a new lens, and see what other lessons you can pull out from it. In doing so, this will allow you to go deeper into trust and surrender, for much of this process is to lean into surrender and to move with the flow of where your soul is taking you in perfect timing to fulfill its purpose in being on its path. For so many of you view your purpose as the destination rather than the journey itself, where you are fulfilling your purpose every single day. You move forward in alignment, learning your lessons. This is purpose in action. But to look back and to view the defining moments from another viewpoint offers you more insights to realize how what has occurred has been in perfect timing for a deeper reason that perhaps you did not realize in the moment. But if in that moment you had already been in the energy of full trust and surrender, would you have seen it differently? For to move forward with the flow of where you are meant to go, to move forward in trust and surrender, as so many of you ask, how do I trust? How do I surrender? There are different answers to this question, but one viewpoint to take is to learn from what has occurred already in your life and to see how you could have trusted all along. How would you approach your life differently, view your life differently, if you stood firm in the truth that everything is happening perfectly as it should? And you ask, why then would I face so many challenges or obstacles or heartaches? To ask these questions is to stay smaller in the moment, to stay stuck in the moment. It is where we zoom out and see the larger picture, to see your soul's journey across lifetimes. How impactful would this be? But to see how there is more to the story than just the event, than just the occasion. And what if it was perfectly timed for your growth? You would be different without it, would you not? To trust the path fully would be to release the resistance on your way, would be to release the drama, would be to release the low frequency emotions. And so many cling so tightly to these because they think that these help them cope, when this could simply be replaced with another frequency that was not to cope, but to learn, to grow, to move forward. The truth that I offer to you is that to truly make these shifts, the deep shifts that so many of you wish to make, requires facing that which might upset you at first, that which might feel dreadfully uncomfortable at first. But it is the avoidance of yourselves, of the mirrors around you, that has kept you stuck as you perceive it to be. For you are never truly stuck. This is in perception. You are always moving along, but how you feel in moving along is up to you and your choice in perception, in emotion, in frequency, and what you wish to make of the journey. For it can feel very differently. For one could go on a boat ride endlessly down a river and be so excited by everything they see around them. What is found in nature, the creatures, the people, towns they perhaps pass. They could find the ride exciting the whole way through, or they could be on the boat ride, feeling stuck, saying they feel lonely, never looking around them, being bored, that all they see are trees. Do you see how it is all in perception? It is all in perception, and if either way you are going to move forward, how will it feel for you? For even when you perceive to be stuck, you are moving forward. So make the choice to fill the ride with what is high frequency. And a helpful place for many of you is to review what has already occurred in your perception and to learn from this. It is not to be stuck in the past. It is also not to be stuck in the future, but to explore what we perceived in what has already occurred and to bring these lessons into the current moment, to shift vibration in this current moment. If you could see how your soul's path is so beautifully woven into the tapestry of all, into connection with all, of all, you would feel love for yourself so much more deeply than you ever could have imagined. It is in perspective. I invite you to review how you experienced things in the past. Even what might feel like insignificant moments, but the ones that you remember. And explore different viewpoints. Learn from these moments. Your now, your perception of the now is often so influenced by how you perceive the past. And so to shift those perceptions is what can help to shift you in the current moment. Where there is energy stuck within your body from past connections, experiences, because of the perception, that experience was difficult, hard, mean, guilt-ridden, shameful. This is affecting you in the now. And so it is to peel back the emotions that you may have pushed down for so long, suppressed for so long, bring them to the surface, re-perceive what has occurred, to shift your energy in the now, to create the future you desire. Because the truth is, the perception of past and future is perception. What you have is the now. So be in the now and make the now the most beautiful moment of all. And this is how you shift both your past and your future. It is to stay in your three-dimensional constructs. To believe that you cannot shift your past or your future or your present. You exist within it all, at all times, in all places. What you perceive in the now, what you are conscious of, is what you can shift. And so what are you deciding to do with this moment? Every moment is beautiful, magical, wonderful, rich in texture, experience, opportunity. Do you see every single moment as a new opportunity? What are the labels you have assigned to experiences, daily routines? These are all things to explore. And the more you explore, the more you will learn that you can be in the surrender. To understand on a larger scale that everything is occurring in divine timing. The pieces of your life put together like a larger puzzle. To make something so beautiful in the end. If you were firm in the belief that everything happened exactly as it should, and there was no wrong decision, but simply choice empowered by high vibration, empowered by love, how would this shift the way you moved through your life? You often get caught in, which decision do I make? But could you trust, could you surrender to the fact that you would always be veered on the path that you were meant to be on? If it was part of your soul, purpose, destiny. But this is where it gets tricky for so many of you, when you feel disconnected with your souls, to trust in the beauty of your purpose. For you all have a beautiful, divine, most loving purpose. Do you trust and believe that for yourself? For if you already knew that this most divine purpose was laid out for you, would it be easier for you to be in surrender? What we are discussing is getting to the root of the mistrust, which is so much in perception of what has already occurred. Perception colored by other people's voices, other noise, messaging. It is your time to re-perceive what has unfolded. To see that there was no wrong or right choice all along. It is simply your path. Your path laid out perfectly, most divinely, in accordance with your purpose. Take these lessons into the now. Choose to trust your essence as a divine being of love. I'm really curious how that one went for you. That was really intense for me. To channel. And I'm going to need to watch it back because I don't even know everything that was said. But that was very vibrationally, that was very intense. Okay, thank you, Metatron. Yes, such a wide perspective, I'll say, that it could feel almost overwhelming, like in the best sense. So, head to the membership for the second portion of this lesson. I'm going to share a lot more about what I was seeing during that because there was a lot in there. Link will be below. Check your email for the exercises to help integrate what was talked about today. And I'll see you tomorrow.